Hello, my name is Adrian Lasala, and this is a quick exploration of games and gamification for learning exchange. So this is just an idea, it's a proof of concept, it's not something we're definitely going to build, but I wanted to take some of the things that I've been talking about in my game and gamification blog and apply them as an example. Now, as you know, I've really been talking about two things, learning games or game-based learning. Now, this flips the equation and encourages the user to take control of their own learning by giving them a scenario or a challenge and then allowing them to essentially try again to continue to improve. It's up to them to research the solution, and they therefore own the learning a little bit more and get more out of it. There's also gamification, which is applying points, badges, leaderboards, as well as many other different types of game mechanics to a non-game experience, such as taking a class, and using that as a motivational or encouraging, engaging kind of tool. So let's talk about some game mechanics we could apply to learning exchange. So PBLs, points, badges, and leaderboards are sort of the basic building blocks that almost everything uses. And you can see here, this is from photocracy. Here's Fitbit. Here's points program for Hilton Honors, points program for Delta. All of these different things are sort of encouraging you to continue to build towards something bigger. And people like to complete things. People like to collect things. Feedback is the other key thing, the fact that as you pass a challenge or you finish something, you're given some sort of feedback about how you're progressing, and these levels and titles and notifications encourage you to continue because you're constantly getting positive feedback about your progression. And then challenges are really the building block of all of this in this example, and it's the idea that you're going to have puzzles and leaderboards. So the puzzles encourage you to do something and ask you to apply your knowledge or skills, and the leaderboards show you how you're doing in the competition, how you are working against others. So let's take a look at this as an example. So the first thing we're looking at here is Learning Exchange. Learning Exchange is a site where we have free tutorials, and I'm simply going to gamify it by adding some of the game elements we've talked about before. So the first thing that you'd think to add are points. Okay, so I've added some points here, and you can see that these are already earned. They're green, indicating that they're earned, and down here you can see that I have them to earn. So this will motivate me, if the points motivate me at all, to maybe get some more things by exploring some additional tutorials. I've also put a little indicator here to show that it's completed, something we don't do on Learning Exchange today, but some additional feedback about my progress and what I've done. So of course, when you're looking at individual points, it means less if you don't actually put them in context of something larger. So here I am, I'm level 1, I put a little progress bar showing that I'm at 260 out of 300 points. I don't know what happens at level 2, but maybe this will make me interested to find out. And I'm pretty close. So with just a few more points, I'll find out what happens at level 2, so maybe I'll want to watch another video. So I go ahead and click on 5 cool things in Creo Parametric, I watch it, it finishes, and my points change. I get an additional 10, I get a little marker that it's complete, and my points are now at 270 out of 300, so I'm moving along nicely. But remember, the idea behind gamification is that we actually incent people to do the things that we want to do by rewarding them accordingly. So we can add points to other things as well. Maybe liking a tutorial isn't one of the things that we really want to incent. It's nice, and it helps identify the things that are valuable, but we don't want to just have people clicking like to get points. But sharing a tutorial is valuable to us because we share it out to, if they share it out to Facebook or LinkedIn, that's going to bring more traffic, and that's what we want on Learning Exchange. Discussing the tutorial as well. Maybe it's not quite as valuable because that community may already know about Learning Exchange, but it's still valuable to us because if they discuss it, it might bring people to a tutorial they might not otherwise see. So, I earned a few more points. What else can I do? Well, beyond just tutorials, I talked about the fact that we might want to have some puzzles. So I've inserted a few tabs here to represent adding challenges and then maybe a leaderboard. We'll look at that in a moment. So let's take a look at challenges. So here I am on the Challenges tab. Now the idea here is that we're taking something we already have, challenge questions that are, or skill questions that are part of our learning courses already, or learning assets already, and breaking them out of a larger assessment and delivering them as individual assessments. So But instead of calling them assessments, which is not very game friendly, we call them challenges. Again, this isn't something we're definitely going to do, but this is just a thought exercise on things we could do. So here you can see I've done a couple of other things too. There are a number of challenges, and this one is introductory level, and I'm at 0 of 100 points. So challenges are worth more. Why? Because they're harder to complete. This one's worth 0 of 500. I have 0 of 500 points currently, but it's an intermediate challenge, and in fact, it has a little symbol on it which tells me that it's currently locked. I can't access it. I don't know why. Maybe it has something to do with points, but if I click there, it tells me that I need to level up to unlock intermediate challenges. So this is another common mechanic. Unlockable content, stuff that you earn. It encourages you to get those points so that you get to do something that you otherwise couldn't do if you were, just a neophyte on the site. So I want to go ahead and do that, and I'm so close to level 2, I just need 30 more points. I'm going to go ahead and create an automobile shift lever, do that initial challenge. So I go in there and I take a look at this, and it gives me a challenge to create a specific lever with certain dimensions as a single feature. So I can go down here and preview what it's supposed to look like, and I can even download the model and work on it in Creo. So that's the basic idea behind these challenges. But there's some other things that I can do too. I can research the solution. So maybe I lose some points or do something, but that gives me a way to learn more about this if I don't already know how to create an automobile shift lever. And if I'm really feeling lazy, I can reveal the solution. And in fact, I am. But it does tell me that I lose 20 points if I do that. So I click that, tells me solutions revealed, and here's the solution down at the bottom. So there's there's the solution, and I click down and to read the rest of it and then download my model. You'll notice that there's some other things I threw in here too. Something else we could incent people to do is go to Precision LMS and learn more about this particular topic, but I'm going to go ahead and download the model directly into Creo. So I do that, then I open up Creo, I work on my model, maybe I even do additional research through Learning Connector, but when I'm done I save it and I upload my file and then I submit it. Now, while it's submitting, I get this little evaluation telling me that I could earn 100 points. This is my current score, and that, which, it's still evaluating, and that I have already lost 20 points because I chose to reveal the solution. Maybe that's too high, maybe that's too low, maybe we don't want to do it, but it's just an idea of something that we could do. So now it's done. Oh, and hey, look, I got a badge. I leveled up, I got to level 2, got a level 2 badge for surpassing my 300 points. I'm now at 320 out of 1,000 points, so that's pretty exciting. I have unlocked an intermediate challenge. Why am I only at 320? Well, I only got 50 points. My score was at 70 points. I lost 20 points for the solution, and my total points were 50. But I could share this. Maybe we give additional points for that. Share the achievement out on Facebook, drive more traffic. But anyway, I'm just going to see what my results were. So here's my results of uploading this model. It tells me the things I did well. It tells me the things that I failed upon and why. And there you go. So I'm also asked to try again. The point in learning is not that you pass or fail. The point is that you continue to build your knowledge. So, hey, I've gotten feedback about what I've not done well, and now I can go in and try to improve upon that and maybe get my score. And wouldn't that be nice? All right, so I'm done. I want to go back to my challenges, and now you can see, now that I'm level 2, my intermediate challenges are unlocked. Isn't that nice? This one's marked as complete. I've got my points. It's all right there. Now I'm going to go ahead and do another one. Now that I can do the intermediate one, this is the one I was interested in. I do the same thing. I upload it, I download it, I'm done, and boom! Nice modeling. This time I got 100%, another badge. Bright Idea badge for a perfect score on a challenge. So I can share this to Facebook or LinkedIn or wherever, and again, that's hopefully going to drive more traffic, maybe something we incent with additional points. You'll also notice that I've got a lot more points in my progress bar up here, and then I'm almost at level 3 really by just doing this one intermediate challenge. Anyway, so now I click yay, and I'm done. Now, one of the other things that's interesting, of course, is the fact that I'm earning points, and I kind of like to get some perspective on how I'm doing against everybody else. Because the thing about points or scores or even grades in a class, they all are more meaningful in context of others. If you got a B in a class, and you were the only person who got a B and everyone got an A, you'd feel pretty lousy. But if everybody got a C, you'd feel pretty good. So it's important to understand how you fit in within context. So you'll see, by the way, here's my challenge complete. I've got 500 to 500 points, and now I go to the leaderboard. Now the leaderboard, we can supply all sorts of information, which is hopefully motivational. First of all, we can see there's a lot more people on Learning Exchange maybe than we thought. We can see what level we are and how we fit within that. There's something called an infinite leaderboard, where it's not so important to know that I'm number 1,200 out of this entire list, but just the fact that there's a few people ahead of me and a few people behind me. And we could even make this more meaningful by letting people select how they fit in, within their country, or within maybe their city, or other sort of general analytic, metadata that we have available, that may not reveal personal information, but will reveal some sort of contextual information. The other thing that I have up here as an example are additional badges. So here's the 2 that I just got, but then there's additional ones that I can see that other people are getting. And I didn't even necessarily know about these, but now I know that there's a gamer badge and maybe I want to go get that, or a investigator badge and maybe I want to go get that. So these things in and of themselves might attract some people to complete them. I can actually see how I'm progressing too. If I go up under my account, and then go over to the Achievements tab as an example. Well, first of all, you see here's the things I just completed. If I go to the Achievements tab, you can see here's the things that I've earned, here's what I've acquired, and then here's the things that I have in progress. So again, this might motivate me to go on and do something which I didn't already want to do. And we can do this either way. I put this one in where you can say this is the badge you are going to earn, and that may be motivational, but also sometimes the mystery of something may be motivational. I don't know what I'm working towards, but I'm working towards something, and by doing it I'll find out. Similar to unlocking. So that is a whirlwind overview of some of the gamification and game-based learning ideas that I've been talking about, just put to the example of Learning Exchange. And if you have any thoughts or feedback, please share them. And thanks for listening.